So here's a little project that I've been working on. It's a tube amplifier, little PA, public address tube amplifier that I picked up at an estate sale. I thought it was very cool looking. It's a Calrad AP-35 PA amplifier, and it says 35 watts right here. So this was intended as a public address system, and it had two microphone inputs right here. And I wanted to do a conversion on this so that you could play an electric guitar off of this. So I took the old style microphone connector that used to be right here, still has one here, and replaced it with a 1/4-inch RCA jack that allows you to plug in a guitar. So let's have a look inside here. So you remove the cover, and there she is. First thing I noticed when I got this thing home, and was frankly a little disappointed, was I'm missing a tube right here. It's kind of an expensive tube. It's the rectifier that converts AC to DC, and DC is what powers the entire thing. So that was pretty much, required to get that resolved. So ordered the tube online, and it arrived, and plugged it in, and it seem not to be powering up. When the tubes are working, you can see them glowing inside. This one was not, and all the other tubes were. And took a closer look inside, and came to find out that at some point somebody had converted this unit so that it doesn't need that tube anymore. They bypassed it and put more modern components into it to use some modern diodes as a rectifier. So it doesn't need that tube. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wanted it all original, but came to find out it was functional, which was the main thing. I just wanted to test that thing out. So once I knew that it was a working amp, or at least was powering up, I went ahead and replaced the microphone 1 input with this 1/4-inch RCA jack. And let's take a look at the back of this thing. So you've got different places where you can connect your speakers. So you connect one lead to here, and depending on how many ohms are the impedance of the speaker, you select one of these. You actually take this jumper and put it on the right one. 8 ohms was the correct for me, so I left that there. And so you connect the speakers up here. These are for, it looks like some sort of a proprietary plug for this thing. So I don't really care about those. Internally, they're connected to here. And I have a phono input here, which is kind of nice. Not using that right now, but here's where we connect up the speakers. So there she is. So once I had that all connected up, it was time to test this thing out, and seems to be working. I will show you my test setup, and you can hear it running. Okay, to test my modified amplifier as a guitar amp, I have plugged in to my modified input here a bass guitar. It's a Squire bass, and just a cheap speaker, something I don't mind so much if it gets destroyed. And so let's try this out. You turn it on really here at the treble knob, which I thought was a little unusual. So just going to turn that up a little bit. Then the volume is going to be here on the microphone 1 input, because that's where I've got my guitar input. Okay, so I've got a little hum on the speaker already. All right. And if I give this guitar a little pluck, I got some output. Just turn up the bass a little bit here, the volume a bit. So surprisingly a deep sound on this little cheapy speaker. So not bad. It's kind of what I want here. So seems to be working. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing is running so far. Might do additional modifications inside. You know, I'm not too experienced with these tube amps or even circuit modification in these, so I'll have to do a little research, but I might I'll probably at least switch out this microphone 2 so that it's a 1/4-inch RCA type, and maybe tie these two together before they go into the preamp stage, so that I take advantage of both of those preamp tubes, or the preamp amplifiers, even if I only have one of these plugged in. So, you know, just a couple ideas. Anyhow, there's my my tube amp. I think it looks really cool. I like this amp.